Hello everyone, my name is Miss A and for today's video, pag-uusapan natin ang conservation of mechanical energy. Now, bago ang lahat, ano nga bang ibig sabihin pag sinabi natin mechanical energy? Pag sinabi nating mechanical energy, it's a sum or yung pinagsama nating two types of energy associated with motion and position of an object. Ano nga ba yung dalawang types of energy na tinutukoy natin dito na magkasama or pinagsama sa mechanical energy? We call it as potential energy and kinetic energy. Kung may kumagalaw, katulad ng mga binanggit ko sa previous video ko, or merong object that is in motion, automatic isipin dapat natin na merong itong kinetic energy, which is dumidepende rin sa mass at speed ng object. Kapag ang isang bagay naman, for example, ay nasa isang particular na posisyon or nasa isang mataas na lugar or mababa or inuunat natin or kinocompress na parang spring or any flexible object, ibig sabihin nito, it has a potential energy. Now, the total mechanical energy lagi ay ang kabuuan lamang ng dalawang enerhiyang binanggit ko at nangyayari sila sa isang senaryo. With that, we have here a formula ME is equals to KE plus PE. Pag sinabi nating ME, that is mechanical energy, KE naman ay kinetic energy at PE is potential energy. Now, makikita ninyo na may plus dyan or pinagpa-plus natin ang KE at PE. That's because, sabi nga natin sa definition, ang mechanical energy has a sum of these two types of energy. Now, to get the sum, we have here the addition simple. Now, recall lang natin yung about sa kinetic energy. If we are pertaining to an object or tumutukoy tayo sa mga object na kung saan ay same throughout our trials or experiment or sa isang pangyayari katulad ng roller coaster or pendulum, etc. So, pare-pareha sila ng mass. Ang minsang nakakaapekto sa value ng kinetic energy natin ay ang speed. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, pag mataas yung speed natin, automatic tataas rin yung ating kinetic energy. How about pag mababa yung speed natin? Ganun din, nabababa yung kinetic energy. At kung constant naman yung speed, magiging constant rin yung value ng ating kinetic energy. How about sa ating potential energy? So again, potential energy in its formula considers also the mass. Pero kung nangyayari lang din ito sa isang object, so usually it doesn't affect the potential energy. But most of the time, yung potential energy natin ay naapektuhan ng height. For example, kapag yung height mismo ng isang object ay mataas or kumbaga nilagay natin yung object sa mataas na lugar, tataas rin yung potential energy niya. Pag nasa mababa or nasa ground, or not definitely on the ground, malapit sa ground, mababa rin yung ating potential energy. But if it is on the ground, it's automatically zero yung ating potential energy. Now, let's look upon this video that I got from contriv.pbslearningmedia.org. Okay, so dito sa video na ito, maipapakita yung relasyon ng potential energy and kinetic energy sa isang roller coaster. Alright, so nakita natin sa video na may dalawang kulay tayong nakikita sa graph. We have here red that stands for potential energy, and we have here the blue which stands for kinetic energy. At as the coaster moves along these curves up and down, nagbabago rin yung potential energy natin at kinetic energy. Now, let's scan isa-isa yung bawat energies natin dito. So, if we're going to look upon each step, for example, step 1, makikita natin na yung red, which is a potential energy, dahil nasa mataas yung posisyon, mataas rin yung potential energy natin. Tandaan, yung potential energy ay nagre-refer sa height rin. Pag mataas yung height, mataas rin yung ating potential energy. Now, nung bumaba naman, mas lalo itong bumilis. And that makes it nakikita natin na purely blue yung nakikita natin dito. Okay? So, yung kinetic energy dito, that refers to the what we called kinetic energy. So, ganun din yung nangyari sa ibang parts ng ating roller coaster. Tandaan, pag nasa mataas na lugar, mas mataas yung potential energy natin doon. Kaya makikita natin na medyo bumabagal rin yung speed ng ating object. That's because that against or yung mismong roller coaster is performing against the gravity. Now, kapag bumaba na ito, sabi nga natin, pag bumaba and yung isang object ay under influence of the gravity itself, so mas lalo siyang bumibilis. Okay? So, kapag bumibilis ito pababa, ang nangyayari, tumataas rin yung kinetic energy. Until such time na sa loop natin, nakita natin kanina, na sa loop, pag tumaas ulit, tataas ulit yung potential energy, tapos bababa yung kinetic energy, and then pag bumaba ulit, tataas yung kinetic energy, bababa yung potential energy, and so forth. Okay, until such time it goes back to its original energy or the values of energy, potential, and kinetic energy. Now, how about the midway? Pag sinabi nating midway, ito yung nasa gitna, kunyari pataas yun, uphill, no? Yung tinatawag nating midway is yung nasa gitna mismo between yung nasa tuktok at yung nasa baba. Okay? Or kumbaga, pag nakita natin itong loop na 'to o yung unang step, hatiin natin 'yan sa dalawa. Yung midway diyan, yung gitna mismo na part, okay, kung saan nasa gitna nung pinakataas at pinakamababang part ng roller coaster. Now, anong sitwasyon ng potential and kinetic energy or anong mga energies yung mararanasan ng roller coaster right there? So, ang answer doon is that both of the kinetic energy and potential energy ay na-experience or equal sila dito. Alright? So, next. How about before striking the lower part? Ano yung na-experience natin na energy? Or ano yung kondisyon ng potential and kinetic energy right here? So, kapag malapit na or before na tumama mismo sa lower ground, so since na ito ay mas malapit na sa lower ground, ibig sabihin yan, mataas na yung kinetic energy as compared to the potential energy. Alright? Next. So now, so how do mechanical energy is conserved? Sabi nga natin, we are talking or our topic for today is about conservation of mechanical energy. Pero paano nga ba nako-conserve yung mechanical energy? So yung mechanical energy is conserved in a closed system, closed. Ibig sabihin yan, wala tayong mga external forces na kino-consider. Maliban in this conservation of mechanical energy, ang kinokonsidera lang natin is the gravity or the spring forces. Yung spring forces naman ay kung elastic um, potential energy, yung tinutukoy natin, that the only forces na nag-act sa ating mechanical energy scenario. Katulad nun sa roller coaster. So, for us to calculate or to know whether yung ating roller coaster ride, both of potential and kinetic energy ay conserved, i-disregard natin yung presence ng other forces just like air resistance or friction na nandoon. Alright? So again, para maging conserve yung mechanical energy natin, we're going to make it as a closed system. Pag sinabi natin closed system, wala tayong other forces or external forces na i-consider, kundi yung gravity at the spring forces lang. Alright? So, nangangahulugan nito na ang total mechanical energy in the system or sa isang senaryo ay nananatiling pare-pareho sa paglipas ng panahon or constant over time hanggat walang mga non-conservative natin na tinatawag na forces o yung tinatawag natin mga external forces tulad ng friction, uulitin ko lang, o yung air resistance na naroon. So, ano ang dulot ng pagko-conserve ng mechanical energy? So sabi nga natin, yung mechanical energy natin is equals to the sum of the potential and kinetic energy. Now, kapag conserve, the total mechanical energy natin, which is the sum of these two, remains constant. Alright? So, ibig sabihin yan, yung initial and yung final natin na mechanical energy ay parehas lamang yung value. Okay? Unless, merong mga external forces natin na tinatawag. Uulitin ko, yung mga tinutukoy natin na external forces dito or non-conservative forces ay yung air friction at yung or air resistance and friction. Okay, now, for example, kung makikita nyo dito sa picture, yung una, yung ating skater, nagsimula siya sa KE, that is equal to 0 joules. Then, yung PE niya is equals to 50,000 joules. Now, nung nag-start na siya nag-ride, yung first step, nakikita nyo dyan, after nung unang binanggit ko na KE and PE, nag-slide na siya. So, it has KE is equals to 20,000 joules and yung PE niya is equals to 30,000 joule. Now, kung ipagpa-plus natin tong unang KE and PE natin at saka yung pangalawang binanggit ko ng KE and PE natin. So, 0 plus 50,000 is equals to 50,000 joules, right? How about this one? 20 plus 30, 50,000 joules. Nakikita niyo po ba? No, nagigets niyo po ba yung scenario? So, ibig sabihin, this one is conserved dahil parehas lamang yung initial and final natin na mga kinetic or yung total ng mechanical energy natin. Again, paano natin nakuha yung mechanical energy natin? Pagplasin lang natin yung value ng KE at yung PE. Now, how about the number 3? So, sana nakakasunod kayo. So, sa number 3, it has 35 plus 35 KE or 35,000 joules of KE at yung PE naman niya is 15,000 joules. So, kung pag i-add natin yan, 35,000 plus 15,000, ilan? 50,000 joule. Very good. Parehas ba yon sa una at pangalawa nating scenario or step? Alright. So, pare-parehas silang 50,000 joules. How about yung pang-apat, no? Yung nag-ano na siya, nag-suspend na siya or lumutang na siya sa air. Okay? So, we have here the KE is equals to 20,000 joules and PE niya is equals to 30,000 joules. Now, pag-add natin, 20,000 plus 30,000 joules. So, it's still 50,000. Okay, how about yung panglima, which is nasa baba na siya mismo, pinakababa. Alright, so it has KE is equals to 50,000 joule at yung PE niya is equals to 0 joules. So, 50,000 joules plus 0 joules, ilan? 50,000 joules. So, throughout this scenario, from step 1 to step 5, yung kanilang total mechanical energy is 50,000 joule. Although, iba-iba yung naging scenario, but we see that the mechanical energy, as we add up the total KE and PE sa bawat scenario, is conserved or constant, remains constant. So, tandaan ninyo, nangyayari lamang na nako-conserve or nagiging constant yung value ng mechanical energy. Again, ano ibig sabihin ng constant? Hindi nagbabago yung total value. For example, kung 50,000 yon, all throughout, pag inad natin lahat ng KE and PE sa bawat step, pare-parehas ng 50,000. Okay? Kung ang simula ay 50,000, etc. Okay? So, dapat gravity lang or spring forces kung elastic potential energy yan. Or gravity lang yung force kung gravitational potential energy, yung tinutukoy natin dito. Alright? Next. So, with that, we have here, so sabi ko nga, if we're going to consider this step 1, yung nasa tuktok, yung mismong tao na to, ewan ko kung nag-skating siya, alright? So, yung kanyang mechanical energy or initial mechanical energy, yung nasa tuktok siya, is equals to, if we're going to get the step 2, that would be the final. So, that would be the final mechanical energy. So, with that, sabi daw, equal. Okay? O kapag equal or parehas lang yung initial at yung final mechanical energy natin, so that means it is conserved. Okay? So if we're going to expand each of the mechanical energy by its formula, so we have here potential energy or initial potential energy plus initial kinetic energy is equals to final potential energy plus final kinetic energy. Again, para maging conserve yung ating mechanical energy, dapat walang other forces except gravity or spring forces na nag-act mismo sa object as it moves along a certain path. Alright. Now, part of our topic is having these types of energy. So let's have just a review. Although na-discuss ko na yung potential and kinetic energy, so i-skip natin yon. Let's move with the other types of energy. We have here the what we call chemical energy. Alright? So when we say chemical energy, so this is an energy stored in the bonds of chemical compounds. Alright? So, lahat ng tingin yung chemical like gasoline, okay? So, it contains automatically a chemical energy which later on, yung mga gasoline natin converted into kinetic energy when it is burned in the engine. Tapos later on, magiging thermal siya or magpuproduce siya ng heat. And that heat will produce such pressure para mapagana yung mga pistol na nasa loob ng inyong car, okay, and will do a mechanical work. And pag nag-ano na, humandar na yon, meron ng mechanical energy. Now, how about thermal energy? So, when we say thermal energy, it's an internal energy of the system due to the kinetic energy of its atoms and molecules. So, usually, para malaman natin na there is a thermal energy, so there is a presence of heat. Okay? Kapag may heat, may thermal energy na yon. Okay? So, example natin dito is the heat generated by burning fire is a thermal energy. Now, we have here also electrical energy. Alam na natin to, no? So, yung mga electrical energy, ito yung nagpapagana sa lahat ng appliances natin. So, this is an energy associated with the movements of electrons. Okay? So, for example natin, yung electricity that is generated by the battery or power plant. But remember, no, hindi nag-start sa electrical energy ang battery or power plant. Sa battery, it started from chemical energy and then later on, when used up, it is converted into electrical energy para mapagana yung any appliances or um, mga electrical stuff. Now, next we have here light energy. So, when we say light energy, this is an energy produced by electromagnetic radiation. For example, ang ultimate example natin dyan is what we call sunlight. Okay? That contains light energy. Aside from that, we have nuclear energy. So, this is an energy stored in nucleus of the atom and released during nuclear reaction. So, example natin, yung mga energy release during nuclear fission or fusion reaction, or ito yung klase ng energy actually class that is already present in the making of our universe, including our sun, okay, or the solar system itself. So, it's a result of nuclear energy. Now, how about sound energy? So, when we say sound energy, it's an energy produced by vibration that travel through a medium. For example, yung mga sounds natin, basta it hits our or it triggers our hearing, alright? So that has sound energy. So sound produced by the vibrating guitar string is an example of sound energy. Now, lahat ng energy natin, nabanggit ko na ng previous video, ay nagtatransform. Okay? So, ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng energy transformation? So, when we say energy transformation, it is refers to the process by which energy changes from one form to another. Okay, so mga examples natin ng energy transformation na alam nyo na in our everyday life is number one, yung conversion ng electrical energy into light energy ng ating mga light bulbs. Okay, so hindi man papagana yung mga light bulbs natin if there will be no conversion ng electrical to light energy. Next is yung transformation ng chemical energy into kinetic energy ng ating car engine. So, nagsisimula sa gasoline until such time that there will be some kinetic energy happening right there, kaya napapagana yung car engine natin. And then later on, no, ano pa? We have conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy as ball falls from a height. No? Katulad ng mga pinakita ko sa mga bagay na nasa mataas na lugar, or for example, yun nga, yung ball na kung saan trinon natin up in the air, or yung mga roller coasters. So those are conversion of potential and kinetic energy. Now, how is ET or energy transformation related to conservation of mechanical energy? So according to the law of conservation of energy, so energy cannot be created or destroyed, okay, or nor destroyed. It can only change from one form to another. So, ibig sabihin lang yan, in any energy transformation natin class or energy transformation process, the total amount of energy remains constant or pare-parehas, although it may change in its form or be transferred between systems. Alright? So, hopefully, naintindihan niyo po ang ating discussion, and thank you very much for listening.